So in today's Transfer Rater, we've got our top scout who's been in Europe at Barcelona, taking in some games for us.
The U17 of Levante, really good.
He's already negotiated 10% of some of those players to come over to Major League Soccer. Let's start today's Transfer Rater. Serge Gnabry to Manchester City. Anybody to Man City now has a question mark on it, doesn't it?
Well, he does. But I'm just going to focus on Serge Gnabry rather than Manchester City, because whatever the transfer ban situation with Manchester City is kind of wait and see at this point. But Serge Gnabry himself, I think he's been very successful at Bayern. So thinking about moving at this point, if I were him, I would just kind of take a step back and say, wait a minute, I've actually found a home here. I found a place in which I am comfortable. I have a role, an important role within the team, and I see some maturity coming from my game that I didn't have before. So no need to go and chase it, no need to go and push it. How about I settle in here and continue to grow my role within this team?
Is there an element of disrespect for the Bundesliga? It's a case of Man United are in for Haaland when they supposedly were. Oh, well, he'll go there. Wait a minute, he goes to Dortmund. And suddenly he's going to drop everything and leave Bayern to go to Man City. The Bundesliga, it's not like it's way down here and this is a pinnacle for the English Premier League.
No, and you also have to remember there is something to be said about a level of comfort for a player and a level of confidence. And if you feel good and you feel respected and appreciated where you are and you feel like you're getting the best out of yourself as a player, then why try to consider going somewhere else? I understand that there is an allure and there is something to be said about going to the Premier League and to go to a club like Manchester City, which I think bigger picture is what he would be going after. But Bayern Munich is Bayern Munich as well. And so, as well as he has done at Bayern Munich, I just think it would be best for Serge Gnabry to stay there.
Okay.
Right. And I think this is a different scenario in terms of what is the best version of Leroy Sane, and does that best version of Leroy Sane matches what Pep Guardiola wants of him out on the field. And if those things don't quite come together, then you can see a way in which maybe moving would be an answer for him. I still don't see it, because I think if you're Manchester City, you have to be very careful that you let this guy walk out the door, because he gives you something different, something that you don't have, a dynamic that they have missed this year, and that element of direct pace, of straight pace, somebody who can just run past people and break through defenders. They don't quite have that nearly as much when he's not out on the field. So if Sterling is not provided and there isn't anybody else that is willing to do that, he can give you that on the other side. And so I think if you're Manchester City, you hang on to Leroy Sane and you say, you know what, he's going to come back from injury and he's going to be just as good as ever.
Okay. This comes up quite a lot now.
And let me tell you, having been in Barcelona this week.
Scouting.
Yes, very much so. This is a topic of conversation. Lautaro Martinez and the possibility of him going to Barcelona. But the thing that came up as part of that conversation is a package deal in which, okay, Lautaro Martinez goes to Barcelona, but somebody's got to open up that hole, and therefore the name of Antoine Griezmann was floated around as a part of that package deal. Maybe that's something that they're thinking about. I don't quite see that making a whole lot of sense, because I still think that there is something to be said about Antoine Griezmann and what he can provide Barcelona. But I do think that Barcelona needs an answer to somebody who's willing to play as an out-and-out striker. If Griezmann is not that guy, maybe Lautaro Martinez is that guy. But is Lautaro Martinez to the level of Luis Suarez? Now we're taking a jump. And potentially he may be, right now, not quite there. What's wrong with Manchester City? No, I see. He was great last year, not as good this year, but you can say that about just about every player in Manchester City, that they were great last year, not nearly as good this year. I do think that there is a place for Bernardo Silva still within this team. He was critical to the success last season, and if I'm Bernardo Silva, why leave what can potentially be one of the very best teams in Europe? What's a purpose? What's a motivation? I just don't see how does that make sense for his career individually.
These two are a good fit right now, and Manchester City today coming out and saying, hey, we've done nothing wrong. And they're prepared to try and prove that. Time will tell.
We're really going to discuss this.
Well, I saw this and I thought, wonder what Ali's going to react.
Having been in Barcelona, I can tell you that this is not the conversation. I can tell you that this right now is not part of the conversation in TV right in Barcelona. It's not in the newspapers. It's nowhere near. There is no connection between the LA Galaxy and Lionel Messi. There isn't. Now we can maybe project into the future. We can talk about expectations and potentially and what could possibly happen and whether Lionel Messi decides to leave Barcelona at some point, whether MLS is a possibility. Maybe. But right now, there is no connection.
Let's end with him retiring eventually. On his CV, is there a Major League Soccer team in your opinion? After he retires, does that Major League Soccer team appear anywhere in that playing CV?
There's going to be a market for him, of course.
Of course.
And I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think Lionel Messi is a guy that needs the attention or wants the attention for that matter.
Is it all about lifestyle then? Or would that be the only way that he would come over?
Well, yes, but how much better can he get than what he's got going on in Barcelona right now? He's going to make a decision that benefits him and his family first. Not a decision that benefits MLS or benefits Barcelona or benefits somebody else. I think at this point he has earned the opportunity and the right to decide what's best for him and his family.
Did you go up to much at the weekend?
Well, I watched this guy play.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, he was all right. He was
Not
all
bad.
right.
Not bad.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.